If you're like me, you like to find the best gear at the best price. Finding the best lens for yourself can sometimes be a hard task to achieve. With so many options available that could be the best option for you, one begs to find the answer to the ultimate question. How does one know which lens to pick? How's it going, everyone? This is Kevin. Today I want to bring along with me to talk about the best and most affordable wide lens for your Sony full frame camera. So let's jump right into it. With so much availability when it comes down to your Sony camera selections, whether it's Sony Glass or the third party, it's kind of overwhelming sometimes to figure out which one's going to be the best lens for you. So my goal today is to tell you why I love the Tamron 17 to 28 millimeters and why I think it's the best and most affordable lens when it comes down to your Sony full frame cameras. So now the first thing that I want to talk about is the price. For this lens, it's only $899, and that's when it's not on sale. Sometimes you can get it on sale for like $100 off. And honestly, it's probably one of the cheapest, widest lenses that for the price point and what you're getting is pretty stellar. I'll compare it to the other prices of the Sigma 12 to 24. It starts at about $1,200, and then the 16 to 35 by the GM Master of Sony, that's like $2,200. So right there and then, it's a big chunk of change difference when it comes to these lenses alone. This focal range, when the 17 to 28, it's not the most common because most of the lenses that you'll see in comparison are 16 to 35s or 12 to 24 when it comes down to the Sigma. But when it comes down to this lens, you kind of cover your bases pretty well with the 17 at the widest and the 28 kind of brought in a little bit. And I use this setup really to vlog in all my channels. So if you've seen any of my recent videos, it's pretty much filmed with this when I'm talking. So now let's talk about the quality build for this type of lens at $899. It's made of some sort of like kind of plastic and then aluminum kind of type of style. But despite of having that type of quality of material compared to the other lenses that are like more metallic feeling, I think you really get a sturdy and very good quality lens. It's also very lightweight compared to the other lenses that I've seen. Everybody that I know that has a 16 to 35 or even like the Sigmas are a little bit heavier in my honest opinion. So with this setup alone, I think is very beneficial when it comes down to having these setups for vlogging because you're holding a camera out to you and it is quite tiring. But if you have a lens that isn't as heavy and with the better quality of build, that's still for the price point, kind of helps it out a little bit. And another thing, it's a 67 millimeter thread size for filters, which is very versatile when it comes down to the thread sizes with these lenses because I've noticed that the filters of that range are a little bit more inexpensive, so you can save some money that way too. What I personally do is just get the 82 millimeter and get the step up ring. That way I can go across with whatever type of lens I have, but you know, just keep that in mind. So now the best thing about this lens as well is the autofocus. It's actually quite phenomenal for this price point, and comparing it to a cheaper alternative like the 20 millimeter by Tamron, it honestly is a lot smoother and a lot faster. It doesn't hunt as much, and it also isn't as loud as it can be like that lens. Obviously with the 16 to 35 you're going to get really great autofocus because it's a Sony native lens, but when it comes down to a Tamron third-party lens, this is a stellar autofocus, and I've honestly have really good reliability when it comes down to this lens setup with my Sony a7S III, even the a7 IV, and even when I was using my a7 III. So overall with this lens, I've been able to take some great wide length photography and also be doing this, you know, vlogging setup and just filming setups that I usually do when it comes down to my YouTube settings. But I just want to say that it's also a phenomenal lens just to kind of build your arsenal, because for me, I have the 17 to 28 and the 35 to 150 both by Tamron, and I'm able to cover all my focal ranges that I personally need when it comes down to my content creation. So not a bad way to kind of build your arsenal inexpensively this way so that you have a nice setup when it comes down to your camera gear. It's inexpensive compared to other lenses, and it really packs a punch when it comes down to this lens. So that's why I'm recommending it, and I've bought it with my own hard-earned money. I even got it used, so if you're able to find it used, you can get even a better deals. But that's just my personal opinion when it comes down to this lens. But yeah, if you have any questions when it comes down to this lens, make sure to leave them down below in the comment section. Would love to help you out if you have any questions regarding this lens. I've made a video about this, you know, shooting wide portraits with it before, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to talk about why I think this is one of the best and most inexpensive lenses when it comes down to a full frame lens for Sony. So that's the best thing about Sony that I've really enjoyed, is having the third party, you know, lens opportunities to choose from, because a lot of the times, like, Canon hasn't really allowed Tamron or even Sigma to kind of provide a lot of the newer mounts for their newer cameras, and Sony has. So it's been really great when it comes down to that. So hopefully this will help you out to seeing if you want to get this lens, or if you plan to get something else. Would love to know which one is your choice when it comes down to a wide focal length lens. But with all that said and done, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe, share this video with a friend. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.